am really excited for our guest speaker today, Mr. Zach Epplier. He is a videographer here in town. His business, Hyperfocus Arts, member of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. He's in my BNI. He creates video content for social media channel, any other channel, really great in helping to develop strategies in order to elevate your personal brand or to elevate awareness and reach for a potential listing. Really just, he can come up with any way possible to figure out a way to create more awareness and more engagement for your brand or your listing. So without any other further ado.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Such a nice welcome. I appreciate that. But yeah, my name is Zachary Epplier, and I founded Hyperfocus Arts a couple of years ago when I moved here in Bloomington. And I was just gonna show you a little bit of what we do. Who is Hyperfocus Arts? We're a strategic video partner. We don't just film your story, we listen to your business goals and film the solution. What does that mean? It means that we actually create strategy behind the content that we create. That way we actually help you accomplish your goals. So through monthly collaboration, we create video marketing that achieves those goals, whether it's becoming a top realtor in your, becoming the top realtor or scaling your business. It can include things like testimonials. This is one that I did with the chamber, or entertainment for pool, education pieces, calls to action, maybe asking for donations, whatever it might be, right? So how does video help realtors? Video helps real estate agents stand out in a competitive market by significantly increasing engagement, building trust, and generating more qualified leads. It allows for immersive 24/7 property tours, helps establish agent expertise, and increases brand recognition. These are some of the other projects that I've been working on. This is for a cabinetry company, a painting company, and then these are just some more shots of the different homes that I've helped work with. What we really want to help people do is get stronger engagement. So we have a content system called the 3 pillars. I'll get to that later. But we use those 3 pillars to actually make the content work together to help push all of it, right? So you want stronger engagement. You want to be able to interact with your audience. You want to be able to connect with them, answer questions, learn more about them. You have immersive showcasing. It actually builds more interest in the listings that you might have. You are able to build trust and your brand through content. You are able to drive those leads. It's much more efficient than just setting out graphics or images. It's something that people really stop their scroll. I mean, we're all just gonna be online, going through our phone. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. We're all busy. We're all getting distracted. So you want something that actually stops their scroll. And so you can do this for tours, testimonials, market updates, and a whole lot more. So who are some of the people I've worked with in the last year? Macros and Nutrition, it's a supplement store, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce, Craftsman Painter, Premier Cabinet Design, My Sister's Closet, Lance De Silva, he's at Century 21, Trident Fitness, that's a gym, and then Prairie Farms as well. Some of you might know their milks and dairies and stuff like that. So what's some of the added value that my customers have received? The Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has actually got a significant reach increase. Their Instagram was increased by 59% and their Facebook by 83%, and that was in our first month and a half of working together. We have been working together for a little over a year now, and I'm not sure whether their stats are now. I'd have to ask them. With Lance, I've only been working with him for about a month. We're about to go for the full year. And what he's told me recently, and this is his review that he left on my Google, is that he just likes having somebody that holds him accountable to the content that he needs. So what we do is we sit down with him bi-weekly and we actually talk about what are we trying to accomplish each month? What is it you're trying to accomplish at the end of the year? And how do we get you there? And then with Macros and Nutrition, last year I helped them grow from 18 followers to 846 in just their first 3 months. So some examples of my work. Here, I'm gonna have to change this. I'm not sure. Does this have a speaker? No. No, it's not. So we might not be able to see some of the stuff because I don't think it has audio, because it's just not showing up as speakers at all. Well,
I'm gonna unplug and just play from the speakers of your laptop.
sure. You guys won't be able to see it. We'll come back. We'll come back to it. We'll see if we can't just.
Can you tell us what your strategy
Yeah.
was?
Well, anyway, this is an entertainment piece, and what it is the client versus realtor perspectives, right? It's a different POV. So it's supposed to just stop people from scrolling and make them laugh and actually generate more attention to the other content, right? We want a healthy mix of different types of content. Pieces like this stop that scroll and actually help them. If they might not otherwise be interested in your content, they might actually come and see all of your other content because they're like, oh wow, this was really funny. This is really interesting. This is kind of how it was for me. I did get to relax. I did get to do all this, but I didn't realize they were doing so much. And that's what we focused on with this one. But it's just, that one was a little bit more dramatized. So it's like, oh, realtors, we have it so hard, and you guys got it easy. That way it's like, having us in your corner is something that's really helpful, right? And then we've got here's like a market update, right? This is an educational piece. So this is used to actually help show people that you know what you're talking about in the field that you're in, right? It sets you up as a professional who knows what they're talking about, and it builds trust and loyalty and community, because people might ask you questions based on the things that you're telling them. You're giving them new information that they might not otherwise have. This is something that, I can actually maybe get a home with the income that I have. I didn't know that because this isn't the field that I work in, and I'm told all the time I can't afford a home. There's no way my generation can. And sometimes you find out that's not what it is. And there's other ways that you can get stuff going. And then here's an example of a walkthrough. And so these are just for your MLS listings. Essentially, it just helps provide a little bit more value. People sometimes, what they really want whenever they're viewing a space is to understand how large it is, what it's like to walk through there. So this gives it a little bit more luxury feel, and it's also able to show off a little bit more than what you might show off in photos, right? And they're usually around 30 to 40 seconds long. You don't want them to be too long. You just want to show the really good parts of the home. That way it pulls people in more, and then you can focus more on the photos here's the ugly parts of the home. Maybe there's a really ugly basement that this one had. It was an unfinished, half of it was dirt.
Is that in Bedford?
Yes, this is in Bedford. You sold this house?
No, I saw it. I was like, God, that looks so familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here was just one I did for Premier Cabinet Design. So this is a commercial. I also do commercials for people whenever they just want to actually show off what their brand is, so they can actually explain, hey, this is what we do, this is who we are. And I promise you guys, this stuff is so much better with audio. But yeah, essentially these are like the 4 main things that you might want to get. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna take a second because, sorry about that. There we go. All right, and then I also do drone photo and video. So there's 3 main reasons you might want to use drone photo and video. I call this one location relation. So maybe here's your property and there's some points of interest that you know put this place at a higher value. It's like, oh, you're close to IU, you're close to the stadium, maybe you're close to Kirkwood, whatever it is. Maybe your really nice neighborhood has a good school or whatever you want to showcase, and you can show how close in relation to those things that property is. Then there's the property view. So this is for places that have large amounts of land, something that's like, oh, maybe it's a smaller home, but the real crux of what this property is about the size of the acreage or anything like that. And you need a bird's eye view to actually showcase the entirety of the space. That's when you'd want one of those. And then there's also community highlights. So, of course, it's very similar to location and relation. It's really nice to just have a video or a set of photos that shows the area and what they're walking into. It takes a lot of guesswork out of it, right? And then we have 2D and 3D floor plans. So if you need to be able to showcase what this space really is, like can you fit certain types of furniture in here? What is the exact size? What kind of windows, doors, utilities, everything? What is all this? Because for me personally, I mean, I haven't bought a home yet, but whenever I would look for apartments, this right here was a game changer for me. This is where I was like, oh, I know what's here. I know that they're not using a wide angle lens to make it look bigger and make me think like, oh, this is better than what it really is. It gives you an idea and it takes all that guesswork out, and that's what we really care about. So it gives a basic understanding of the size and space, and it helps envision what you could do to it and in it. And then the 3D is just a little bit deeper dive in there, because then it takes all that guesswork out. And now I'm back to the 3 pillars of content. So I told you earlier we have educational, entertainment, and your story. They all 3 have different functions and they all work together, right? So educational, you want to educate the audience. It establishes you as a professional in your field and it helps you build trust. You give value to your audience without that transaction per se. So a lot of times whenever people make content, they're like my video and come down here and I'll do this for you. And it's a transaction, right? It's one of those things where it's like, only if I get something from you can you get something from me. But if you're actually providing education and you're giving value back to your community, what they're going to do is they're going to remember that. They're going to come back, they're going to come to you for more guidance, and you're going to have built that trust. And there's that value that's just given without that ask, right? And then you have opportunities to answer questions from customers so you can respond and begin doing a conversation. So that helps get more people into your funnel. And that's what we were talking about, the leads, right? And entertainment is different than the other 2. Entertainment is used to stop the scroll. While a lot of people think, oh, I'm not funny. It's not about being funny, it's about being entertaining. So you want to be able to get them to stop scrolling past all these different things and pay attention to your content. And whenever people stop scrolling, start watching your videos, the algorithm works in your favor. What happens is, if they like this, they stay watching it, they comment on it, oh, this is funny, haha, they're gonna get pushed more of your content, and their friends might see it too, because now their friends have liked it. And so what this is it's a function to get people to see that what really matters for you, right? So this is just a door opener. And it pushes that professional content to reach way more people, and it's a great way to drive engagement and interact with the audience. It's a really fun thing to do too, because filming them, you guys have fun. Yeah, I promise. And then finally is your story. It's your unique value proposition, or what makes you different than everybody else. Like, why choose you? Why would anyone want you as opposed to all the other realtors around, right? There's so many options. So your story gets to shed some light on that, right? It shows your audience how you do your job, and not just about, oh, you know, here's my day-to-day, here's what I do every day, right? It's also about how do you actually handle problems that arise. So there's going to be problems no matter what we do in all of our fields, right? Sometimes we're gonna have a problem arise with an inspection, or maybe there's a problem with the house itself. It doesn't matter what it is, but it does matter how you respond, how you are there to advocate for your clients, and how you can actually show up. So that helps you build trust and loyalty, and it's also a great place to show off testimonials. So you can tell people, this is what we are, this is what we do, and you can also have other people say, hey, I've been with them, and this is exactly what it was for me. And you also show why choosing you is the right choice, right? And if you guys want to know any more, just set up a meeting with me. I'm going to pass around some cards, and I'd love to share more with you guys and set up some meetings. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask real quick. Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable talking about pricing?
Yeah. Is there any of those pieces that you were thinking about?
Yeah, I'm just curious, like what I've seen Lance's video actually on Facebook with friends, his dad or his kids take lessons at our academy. So we talked sometimes, and I saw some of those videos, and I think you did a great job. So I was just curious, like, what something like that would cost to put together like a.
So the social media packages, they start out at 1,400.
Okay. That's like per video, I would imagine.
No, not per video. That is for the entire month. So what you get in a month of social package is you get the production. So that's the time that I spend filming. I go on locations, I film all this stuff with you. And then we have bi-weekly meetings. So I strategize, I build up the actual content, I storyboard, I write out scripts. And then what we do is we bring it all together and then we film it and then I edit it and then I give you advice throughout the whole time. And what I do is what's called content coaching, so I also educate you throughout the process. So it's like, oh, yes, here's what we're doing for the next 3 months, but also here's why. And here's what you can do on your end to just slowly build up your own understanding. And that way we build together. But for like walkthroughs, it starts at like 300, and then the 2D and 3D platforms, it's 65 for the 2D, and 115 for the 3D. So it really just depends. And what I like to do is I actually love meeting with people and understanding their needs and building out exactly what works for them. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a pricing question also. So the location in relation, like the drone footage, what would be a ballpark if you were to, have a house location and maybe 2 or 3 other landmarks? What would that look like?
Can you ask that again?
So say this office, we want to show how close we are to Target, how close we are to the stadium, how close we are to
That's not gonna work.
Gucci Kroger.
Kroguchi, yeah, yeah.
What,
So you're saying like different angles?
yeah.
Your drone where you do the location.
Yeah. So if you need multiple shots, it's all about the amount of time spent whenever it comes to drone footage. So when it comes to drone footage, I just charge by the hour. It starts at 200. Yeah. So if I'm at one location and you want me to get 3 different angles, as long as it doesn't take me more than an hour, it's still the same price. Yeah.
What was it?
Around 200. Yeah, and it's that goes with the whole flight, and then it usually doesn't take me more than 30 minutes to get whatever you need. So if you need a bunch of good angles, as long as it's not different parts of town,
Right.
it should be fine.
So like from here, I'm being hypothetical. So from right here, you could probably get the hospital.
Okay.
Are you thinking? Like,
I'm not sure where the hospital is. This is my second time being right here.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I met Matt here one other time.
All right.
Maybe once or twice. We were looking into that podcast.
Right. Right, but yeah, if I mean, I can go up and let you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, just let me know and I can actually talk to you.
If you were doing relocation in the relation, it's typically like within a mile of things that you can show in relation to? Is it?
So that's actually a really good question. It all depends on the location itself because there's laws. I have to have a drone certification to be able to do these things. And it depends on the airspace, it depends on the schools that are around, it depends on a lot of different factors. So there's lots of places where I'm not able to go above 400 feet or any different thing. So sometimes it can be a mile, sometimes it's around 2 miles, but I would never say it's more than 2 miles.
Okay.
And 2 miles is really pushing it. It's like,
Barely.
So it would be a little tough past 2 miles, but I would say a mile is a good bet. Matt knows me a little bit better.
I had heard that drones were illegal in Bloomington because of the airport. Have they changed that, or is it like under a certain?
So it depends. It's not that they're illegal. It's illegal to fly without permission in those flight spaces, and it depends on the type. So there's different types of airports, and the best way I can sum it down is sometimes it's like a cone going up. So I can be, even though there's an airport here and I'm right here, I can go up this high. But if I'm over here, I can go up this high. So it's a lot of different factors. That's why whenever it comes to drone footage, getting me ahead of time is the best option. That way I can figure out I can go look at the map, figure out what I can do, and let you know. Yeah. So that is a, yeah, yeah. But usually, if you're just trying to get a property and it's not just a in location kind of thing, location in relation, I can go up like 100 feet and be fine and grab everything you need. But that's the usual thing. Anything else? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pass these around. Thank you guys so much for letting me come out today.